I underestimated how hard it would be to make new friends. If any of you are familiar with Jamaican culture, you know that we're very warm people. So I was under the impression that most people in the UK would also be friendly, especially seeing how the visitors who come to Jamaica operate. They're very smiley, chatty, and complimentary. But I now realize that's just a survival tactic. It's all an act. Those tourists deserve Oscars. I have seen the true colors of people who live in the UK, and I have a theory. Well, this isn't really my theory. I saw it somewhere, but I just don't remember where. Anyway, the theory is that people's demeanor match the weather of their home. So, the Caribbean is warm, hence the people who live in the Caribbean exhibit warmth. Now apply that same principle to the UK. If the UK is cold, then people in the UK will act. You get the gist. And of course, not everyone is cold, because remember that girl who came to give me a hug when I just arrived in the UK? Although I'm not 100% sure where she's from, but if she is from the UK, she and some others are exceptions to the theory. The point is, the vast majority of people in the UK are just about their business. So, how do you navigate a space like that as an international student? 1. Expect lots of rejection. I remember after having class, we were told to go to another campus to mingle with our lecturers and classmates. And I'm the type of person who isn't really afraid to chat up to people. And I tried that. Them answer me no. But it felt like they were only responding to not be rude. So, to make myself feel better, I attributed the rejection to my appearance. Because I was in like 3 layers, a mask, a winter coat, and a beanie in like October. And it's safe to say that I stood out. So I said, maybe they're judging me based off of my appearance. But at the end of the day, I know say no donkey never bite me and then shit can make patty. So even though I felt like I was 5 years old again and nobody was trying to pass me the ball on the playground, I pretended as if I did not feel that way because they weren't going to steal my joy. And you, prospective international students, will face the same rejection. It is a canon event. 2, that doesn't mean you should give up. Because after not really getting any vibes from those weird classmates, I went to someone who I saw wasn't talking to anyone. She was a bit shy, but after chatting her up, she opened up a bit and we got to talking. Turns out we lived 5 minutes from each other and ended up taking the bus home together. And fast forward to now, I can say that she has been one of the persons whom has made my international student experience a lot less lonely. 3. Ensure that you join clubs and societies. As I said before, I have no problems chatting people up. And I saw this black girl on the bus, and we just started talking. She asked if I was coming to a society's ball. Of course, I did not even know that society existed. And unfortunately, I wasn't able to make it to the ball. But she did introduce me to another club and I ended up going to their paint and sip. That experience was amazing. I met other first-year students and other people of African and Caribbean descent, and we were able to relate on so many levels. Because I left my heart open, I started to organically meet people. At the cinema, in the bus, at the city center, at society events, while doing the laundry, in the library, in class, at parties, in the cafe, everywhere. Can you imagine if I let those cold persons I had initially met discourage me? The biggest lesson I learned was that every rejection brought me one step closer to the people I'm destined to meet. And when you, soon-to-be international students, have these experiences, you'll come to realize that not everyone will stick. Some people may be associates. Some you will wish you never met in the first place. And that is totally fine. The point is, the only way to quell the loneliness is to rip off the band-aid and put yourself out there. Anyway, feel free to comment your stories about how you made friends when you just arrived in the UK. And if you resonated with my experience, please subscribe. Next week, we'll be talking about celebrating holidays abroad.